time to focus in on the management of Sterlite Technologies. Dr. Anand Agarwal, he's the CEO of the company, is with us on the show. Thanks so much for joining in. There's been a recent credit rating upgrade. How will this reduce your borrowing costs, and tell us what kind of savings or annual finance costs as of now you're penciling in for the company?
Well, this reflects essentially a better financial situation of the company. So post demerger, our debt equity ratios have improved, our overall cash generation has improved, and this re-rating, CRISIL's re-rating is a representation of the better financial situation of the company. We believe it's going to overall reduce the interest rate and add overall decrease our effective interest cost by about 10 odd percentages. How it translates exactly into numbers, but I am pretty confident that our overall interest cost would decrease by at least 10 percentage points.
Okay, Anand, good afternoon, Neeraj here. So are you in a sweet spot? Because this helps your interest rates cost any which ways. We arguably are in an interest rate downward spiral, if you will, over the course of the next 9 to 12 odd months, never mind what's happened with the CRR just now and the yields thereof. What do you envisage the next 12 months to be? One, in terms of your overall interest cost ceteris paribus, and if you indeed manage to bring down the debt, which I believe you stated is a conscious strategy for your company.
Yeah, good afternoon, Neeraj. Clearly, the absolute amount of borrowing reduction is something that we are clearly focusing on. So, and as you rightly said, the combined effect of absolute borrowing reduction as well as reduced interest cost due to one at the macro level, and second specifically to us due to this re-rating. Clearly, interest cost, which had over the last couple of years become a larger portion of our overall cost, will reduce. So a good portion of what we see in terms of our EBITDA margins, which are at 21-22%, should translate down below towards PAT. And part of that will happen through the interest cost reduction, cash generation, and that will fuel the growth that we are seeing both for our products business as well as for our services business.
Pardon my curiosity for a follow-up here, because since that's the reason why we've gotten you today, I mean, and we'll talk about the business as well. But is there a base case, not an exact estimate, but a rough estimate that you would have that hypothetically your interest cost, if it was an X percentage of sales until March last year, what could it look like, say December 2017, if you will, or March 2018?
Our interest cost had, for the telecom business, had gone up to about 4% of our overall revenues. And we believe by FY18 we should be able to get it to about 2.5% of sales. And it would happen due to this multitude of initiatives that we have undertaken.
What about the delay in project execution in Kashmir due to the challenging environment there and the cautious BFSI segment? Could that be a drag on your earlier estimates of what the second half of the year could look?
The Kashmir project, we had delays in the Q2 of the year. It has started again coming through. In terms of how it impacts the overall revenue, there would be some impact, but in terms of how we maintain the margin, we maintain the cash flows, we believe we should be able to sort of deliver the cash flows that we were projecting for the overall project. That's for the Kashmir part. And then for the other parts of the business, which is what we see the volumes coming in from the international business for the fiber, few other projects which we have gotten and which we have in the pipeline. So the growth between FY16 to FY17, we should be pretty much around the target that we set for ourselves.
And in terms of your order inflows, what could be the overall order book outlook?
Currently, we have order book close to about 2,500 crores in that range. We have a pretty strong pipeline of about 10,000 crores of bids, and we believe over the next 4 months, that's before the close of FY17, we should have a good inflow of orders. We are booking good amount of orders for both FY18 as well as FY19 for the products business, and we have bid for some projects which are due for finalization. So I think by March 17, we should have a very different flavor of our overall order book.
We should take. All right, let you go on that note. Mr. Agarwal, lovely chatting with you about the business outlook for the company as well as to what her interest costs and, on account of the long-term credit rating being raised would have on the company. 94.7 on Sterlite Tech. As we take this short break right here on the show, it's Canara Bank in focus as they've entered a strategic partnership with Bajaj Alliance General Insurance to offer their products across all branches. Rajesh Sharma, Managing Director of the bank, spoke to Rahul Dayama on the rationale behind the partnership and the impact